Thanks for being here in this class. So to start, I wanted to ask you, why do you want to meditate?
Well, generally I have a little bit of anxiety and I'd like to find a way to incorporate something day to day into my lifestyle that will help me de-stress.
Ah, nice. Yes, meditation can really help you with that. It's a very effective technique and practice that's been done for thousands of years that really helps to better deal with daily stressful situations and also to become more peaceful, calm and rested within yourself. So we are going to start with the basics. The main two things about the posture in the meditation are the straight spine and relaxed body. So you told me you prefer to sit on the floor, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna check a little your posture to see if you're comfortable and with your spine straight, okay? Just a second. What we want to do is have your hips higher than the height of your knees. So I see they're still not very high, so I'm going to get another cushion for you. Let's try to put this cushion. This is also a little higher than that of the room. Can we?
Oh, sure.
Yes. Let's switch. And then can you try now? And what we can do is give support for your knees.
Yep.
And
Are my legs aligned properly?
I'm going to give you a support for the other knee as well. Let's see. Are you comfortable with your legs crossed like this? You can cross them in the lotus position. They have
Actually, this is the most comfortable.
Oh,
I found it. Okay, this
great.
is actually great.
Yes?
Yeah,
So you have support.
this is perfect actually.
Nice. And then you're going to tilt the base of your spine forward, your belly forward. Because when you tilt the belly forward, it's easier to keep your spine straight.
Okay.
And the shoulder back. Relaxed but back. And the chin parallel to the floor. So is it a comfortable position the way you're now? Let me check. Yes, your spine is great.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're comfortable?
I'm comfortable. I don't feel like I'm forcing myself in any direction. I feel good actually.
Nice. And then we want the hands in a receptive, facing upward, because that's a receptive position for the hands. And also they will be in the junction between your thighs and your hips. Because if you keep your hands like this, you will see that there is a tendency to curl the spine. And we want the spine to be straight. So what we can do to help your hands just to relax, as you're wearing tight leggings and you can't sleep, we can put a blanket on your thighs to give support to your hands. Let us try. See if now it's easier to rest your hands like this.
It is actually.
Yes?
Yeah.
Nice. And
Very cozy.
I'm glad you're comfortable. And the last detail of the position is the position of your eyes. So when we achieve these higher states of awareness, of meditation, we naturally gaze upward. So what we want to do with this position is to recreate this state, to already put your eyes on the position that they will naturally flow into. So it's easier for you to access this state. So what we are going to do, we are going to put, you can take your right arm forward and you will straighten your arm and the tip of your toe will be aligned with the crown of your head. And then you are gonna gaze at the tip of your toe. So it's a slightly degree upward. It's subtle upward. It's not a very strong upward that you're going to gaze. And then you can let your eyes close and keep visualizing that point upward. It may take some time for your eye to get used to this position, but you will see that after some time it stays naturally over there. Okay, so we are going to review a bit of the basics of what we are going to do, practice them for a little bit and then do a full practice, okay? So just to explain a little bit what meditation is. Meditation is a state of awareness, a higher state of awareness, where we connect with our inner qualities and we can feel more blissful, more calmer, and we distance ourselves from the never-ending thoughts of our mind, and this allows us to be in a better state to deal with worldly problems and to deal with stress and other circumstances. So what I'm going to teach you today, it's a technique that has been used for thousands of years and that allows you to go to that state, to that relaxed, higher state of awareness, okay? So it's called Hong Sau technique, and there are two main elements of this technique. The first one is that you are going to observe your breath, so without any attempt to control it, just watch your breath. And the second element is we are going to repeat a mantra and also add a movement on the finger, right? So you are going to observe, and when you observe your breath, try to find a place where you can feel the breath flowing in and out more clearly. So usually it's in your nose and you can see. So let's try. Close your eyes, relax your body, and let the air, the breath flow naturally. Cold air coming in, warm air coming out. And see where you can feel the breath more clearly, coming in and out, without any desire to control it. Let the breath go in when he wants to, and out when he wants to. You're just an observer of your breath. So you can slowly open your eyes again. Where were you feeling your breath?
In my nose.
Were you able to feel in a specific part of the nose, in the entrance of the nostrils, in the middle?
Yeah. Well, I felt it throughout the entire nose area.
Nice.
I was very concentrated on my breath, so I felt the breath going in and out.
Nice. Usually the calmer your mind gets, the more you're going to feel your breath in a higher point of the nose, but just let it feel wherever you want it, wherever you feel it, right? Don't try to
So I felt it
control.
more in the entrance.
Yes, it's normal. So you can feel, but just be aware that during the practice, it can be more clear for you to feel it upper in your nose, and you just follow where you can feel it more clearly, okay? And then let's practice now. This leads me to explain the breath and mind connection. When we are feeling the breath with this technique, observing our breath, watching our breath, we tend to keep the mind also calmer, because there is a link between the mind and the breath. You can notice that when your breath is restless, usually your mind is also agitated, right? You have restless thoughts and your mind is also. So if you're rushing out, your thoughts are also rushing to do something. And the opposite is also true. The calmer your breath is, the calmer your mind tends to be. So by observing the breath, like in this technique, we are allowing our minds to get calmer. And this leads to a positive loop, which is the mind calmer, the breath tends to get even calmer, and this quiets the mind even more, and which calms the breath, which calms the mind. So that's what we want to achieve. And when we practice for a longer time, in more advanced practitioners, you can even go into a breathless state. You get so calm, and it's in the mind that the breath becomes calmer and calmer until you barely breathe. So in the practice, if you feel that your breath is becoming shallower or slower, these are good signs. Just enjoy this and let the breath flow naturally, okay? But this is a sign that your mind is also getting calmer and your breath too. Okay, so let's practice the mantra. So the second element of the practice is the mantra. We are going to repeat Hong with the inhalations and Saw during the exhalations. So Hong rhymes with song, Hong, and Saw, like it's the same past, it has the same pronunciation of the past of the verb to see, right? Saw. So let's go again, try to practice briefly. You can close your eyes. Start observing your breath. The breath flowing in and out. And when the breath is going in, you mentally repeat when the breath comes out. So, remember there is the breath that is controlling the mantra, not all the way around. Whenever you breathe naturally, inhaling and repeat mentally. Exhale, so. And we can gently add the last element of the technique, which is the movement of the right index finger. So when you are inhaling, you can slightly curl your right index finger in the direction of the palm of your hand. When you are exhaling, you can let it open again. So inhaling, index finger curls a little bit, the right one. Exhaling, index finger opens back. So let this movement happen while mentally repeat the mantra and you breathe naturally. Now you can bring back your awareness to this space and to me, and open your eyes slowly. So this movement of the right index finger will help your body and your mind to be engaged in the practice. So that's why we have this movement. So this is the technique. When we finish the technique, we are going to have the expansion phase, where which is also called being there, right? When we are going to enjoy the benefits that the meditation, that the technique gave us, right? And for beginners, this will be usually 1/4 of your practice. The more experience you get, the more you can expand the being there, the last phase of your technique, okay? So we are going to practice a little bit to do a full practice now, and we are going to start with the preparation techniques. We have 2 preparation techniques, which are the tensing and relaxing of the whole body, and also the equal count breathing. Okay, so I'm gonna guide you as we do them. Okay, so the tensing, relax, and relaxation of the whole body is with a double breath. So it's a short followed by a long inhalation through the nose, and then a short and a long exhalation through the mouth. So it's mouth and nose in the exhalation. But when we inhale, we are going to test the whole body in a wave, and then exhale, relax the whole body in a wave. From down to up, from up, down. Okay, we will do this 3 times. So inhaling, tense until you feel your whole body vibrating. Relaxing. One more time. Last time, tensing the whole body. Now we will do the equal count breathing. I'm going to inhale from 1 to 4, hold from 1 to 4, and exhale from 1 to 4. So let's start. Inhaling, holding, exhale, inhaling, and this is all through the nose, through the nose. Holding, exhale. One last time, inhaling, holding, exhale. So now let your breath flow naturally, and we are going to start the Hong-Sol technique. Release all control of your breath. Let it flow as he wants to. Feel the breath flowing in and out. Visualize it where you feel it more clearly, going in your mouth and out your nose. Be an observer of your breath. And start to chant mentally the mantra Om during the inhalations, Sol during the exhalation. You can also add the movement of your right index finger, gently curling in when you inhale and curling out, straining out when you exhale. Now with a triple exhalation, you can let go of the mantra and of the movement of the index finger. Release all control of the movement, of watching your breath, and just focus on the point between your eyebrows. stillness that you achieved throughout the practice. And you can also feel that you are calmness. You can feel calmness emanating from the point between your eyebrows and expanding to your whole body. You can mentally repeat, I am calmness. I am calmness. This relaxed and active state of awareness. Now gently you can come back, bring back your attention to this place, to your body, and gently open your eyes. So how was the practice for you?
Very interesting, very calming.
Did you feel,
I feel more calm now than when I started.
were you able to feel the connection between your breath and your mind?
A little bit. I think I need to practice that more because generally I'm a very distracted person, so it's hard for me to just let go. And but I tried my best, and I felt that, like with your guidance, I felt that I could follow better than if I did it on my own.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Don't get upset by the distractions. But it's completely normal that the mind wanders around again and again, and without any judgments, you just bring your attention back and back to your breath or to the point between your eyebrows, depending on what part of the practice you are. But that's completely normal, and this happens all the time, even with experienced meditators. So there is a saying from Yogananda that if all you did during your practice was fight restlessness, the meditation was well done. Because only this practice is already very helpful. So don't worry about memorizing all these details. I'm going to give you a handout for you to have all the steps for you to follow. But it would be ideal if you could put this practice into your daily life. So we suggest, if possible, to practice, even if only 10 minutes a day, but to try to practice every day, or as much as you can. And don't force yourself to practice for very long, because quality is more important than quantity. So if you can only stay comfortably sitting and focused for 10 minutes, it's better than forcing you to stay for 20, for half an hour. So we want to make this enjoyable. And another tip is to have a place in your house where you use only for that. Even if it's not a whole room, but maybe a corner inside your room that you dedicate for the meditation, and also you do it every time on the same time of the day. Because when it starts to get by that time and you pass through that place, you're going to feel already more inclined to meditate. You will feel this desire, you get the habit of meditating and going to this place at that time. So this is very useful to help have this practice integrated to your daily life and to your routine. And I'm sure that it's going to change your life. You're gonna see the benefits very fast.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.